After September 11th, the industry that I loved and that I had grown up in for 10 years descended into chaos. For the first time in my airline industry career, the skies were silent. And that silence was a direct contrast to the craziness that was happening inside my company. We were at once mourning our colleagues that we had lost in that horrible, tragic attack. We were trying to figure out how to communicate to the public that it was still safe to fly. And we were trying to figure out how we were going to salvage the company. And in the midst of all of this, global headquarters told me that my role had been eliminated. And the region where I worked in Latin America and the Caribbean, the people who had seen all the changes and the progress that we had made with communications were desperately trying to protect my role. And so I was faced with a choice. Abandon this role that I had loved, that in many ways had been my dream job, being a part of a global communications team. Or accept this role that had really been created and designed specifically for me, except that it was half a world away in Paris. It was taking on more responsibility. Besides the 18 countries that I was already managing, there were dozens more that I was supposed to take on. It was a part-time role, and I was pregnant with my first baby. Yeah. And I remember the commercial manager, Carlos, saying to me, "Jennifer, this bus is leaving the station. You need to decide if you're going to get on it or if you're going to stay off." The problem was I had no idea really where the bus was going. Are there midwives in Paris who speak English? I don't even speak French. Are there doctors in Paris who speak English? Was this company even going to survive? Would I actually make it to Madrid the way they had promised me? Was the industry even going to survive? It was confusion. One of the best things companies can do outside of moments of chaos is highlight and celebrate the values that it stands for, and to bring employees along and telling those stories and letting employees see themselves in those values. And I want you to consider what the payoff would be, how your organizations would be transformed if when an employee was asked to get on the bus, if their response was a hearty yes, and they were fully committed to ensuring that that bus made it successfully to that next station of your business, because they had been included and they had been asked to share their thoughts and opinions and they had a say in mapping out the journey to get there.